Philippians 2. I think we went over Philippians 1, so now we're in Philippians 2. And I was thinking about it this week. I like to go out on my porch in the mornings to read my Bible, which is home for the summer. And it's quiet and peaceful, and I had my Bible and I had my cup of coffee, and Rich went out to water in the garden. And I looked past the greenhouse and I saw some tree branches laying on the ground. I thought, what was that? And so I told Rich, and he went to investigate, and here, this great big oak tree had fallen down, and it was huge. I mean, like this big around. And we couldn't figure out what would cause this great big tree to fall. And it took out another tree, and it took out a whole bunch of pine branches on one side of a pine tree. And we were bummed, and it also ran across our driveway, so we had to drive all the way around it. But we had to hire a company to come in and cut it up because it was too big for Rich's chainsaw to handle. He just has a little one, and it just couldn't do it. So they came, and they looked at it, and we wanted to know what made this great big tree fall down. It looked so healthy. You know, it had a strong trunk, it had strong branches, it had green leaves, it looked healthy. Why would it fall down? And the tree person inspected it and looked it over, and he said, well, you know what? It was rotted on the inside. It rotted from the inside out. And so its foundation was weakened, and that little tiny rainstorm that we had was just enough to shake the tree off of its weakened foundation, and over it went. The church is kind of like that tree. When bitterness sets in, it's kind of like, oh why? Good job. It's like it's rotting from the inside out when we have bitterness in our church. Everything looks fine at church. The church might appear to be growing and healthy and even thriving, but that bitterness starts to eat away at the foundation. And I've been in some churches like that have bitterness problems, a few disagreements, some unhappy people, and all of a sudden you have this cancer that starts to eat the church from the inside out. Well, how do we stop this? How do we create joyful, harmonious relationships in our church and in our lives, our personal lives, so that other people can see Christ? I hope it doesn't sound too doom and gloom, because Paul has given us the answer, the antidote for bitterness in our relationships and in our churches. It's sort of Philippians 2 is sort of a list of do's and don'ts. It gives us a guide, an instruction manual for relationships so that we can have healthy, happy, harmonious relationships that show the world our love for each other and our love for Christ. And when Paul starts talking about this in his letter, this was groundbreaking stuff for the Philippians. These were citizens of Rome, we talked about last week, and they were heavily influenced by the Greek and Roman culture. So if you remember studying in high school the gods and the goddesses, Zeus, Aphrodite, what were some of the others? Greek gods? Apollo, that's good, Apollo. Yeah. The culture at the time wasn't interested in humility, because humility was associated with weakness and bondage and servitude and being a slave to somebody else. They wanted to be like the gods and goddesses. They wanted to lift themselves up to the status of nobility. So this idea that Paul introduces in the second chapter is kind of shocking to them. And even today for us, it's countercultural. Because how many people do you know that want to get ahead? They want fame and fortune. They want to be known. They want to be someone or do something really great and have their 5 minutes of fame. So what do? We spend all this time crafting our resume so we look good on paper. Or we craft these fancy Facebook statuses where we edit our pictures so they look just perfect. So we look good. You know, all the filters we have on Snapchat. We want to make ourselves look good. And then we spin our mistakes so it looks like it wasn't really our fault, it just happened, right? It's because we all want to get ahead, we want to look good. Well, Paul has different ideas for how we should spend our time. The church at Philippi was going through a little bit of a troubled time as Paul wrote this letter. They had really great stuff going on. He really loved these people, but there was a rot that was starting to go on inside the church. There was a conflict between some of the women leaders at the time, and it was causing bitterness and division. And Paul knew that if it continued, it could bring the entire church down. So he addresses those people specifically in chapter 4, which we'll do in a few weeks. But generally speaking, what causes conflict? Anybody? Well, conflict comes when two people can't agree and neither can give in, right? It's conflict. Did you ever have a small disagreement that turned into a big shouting match? Because both sides want to they want to be heard. Right? They want to be listened to. So they start talking louder and louder and louder and louder because they want to be heard. But all that happens is you're shouting at each other and nobody wants to give in. Everybody wants to have it their way. That's conflict. Well, Paul's advice is good for our church, and it's good for our marriages, and it's good for our work relationships, and it's good for our home life. So that's what we're going to talk about, conflict. And what we're going to do